What is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, man. So y'all already know what's going on. All right, y'all. As we continue the 30 for 30 series dropping every single day, y'all already know what's going on, man. Look, every other day, there's like a new artist I've never heard about. Now, I came across a clip on TikTok that I'm about to show y'all. We'll get straight into it, but maybe some of y'all know who this is. Her name is Melanie Martinez. And I saw the intro to one of her shows, and this was some dark shit. Straight up some dark shit. Now she got this whole creepy looking, mythical, I don't even know what you call this kind of style. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's creepy for sure. But the intro into one of her shows is just the sound and, the atmosphere just looked very dark. One of the most demonic intros to a show I've seen in a minute, right? Now, quick rundown. I Googled her because I'm like, who is Melanie Martinez? I've never heard of this girl in my life. So I think she was on the show The Voice. She boasts 14 million followers on Instagram. She has 11 million monthly listeners on Spotify. She has had over 1 billion streams for 6 years straight on Spotify. 2025, she has amassed over 10 billion streams alone on her music. Now, 2023, I think, was her last album, and it's called Portals. This is the album cover called Portals with this very, I don't know what you call this kind of look. That's why I was like mythical, whatever. I don't know. But the website, which is MelanieMartinezMusic.com, is, she's under Atlantic Records. And this is her website. It says enter. I was like, nah, I'm just going to screenshot this. I'm not entering no portals on the internet. I don't care if it's an album. It's going to lead me to some merch. I'm not pressing enter. As y'all can see, I screenshotted this just to show y'all. But I said, who is this? Do y'all know who this is? Let me know. She's 30 years old. Never heard of her in my life. But I'm saying all of this because the girl has 10 billion streams this year. Her music is listened to all around the world. Now, with that being said, let's jump into this intro. Very demonic. And also, I want to use this video to talk about what has recently happened in Australia and the sting that involves satanic ritual abuse to the little ones. And it's something that we just talked about with the 764 cult and the order of 9 angles. Yeah, I got it right this time. Not 9 angels, 9 angles. But that being said, y'all, let's get into this first clip. All right, check this out.
You guys need to watch the intro to this Melanie Martinez concert. This might be one of the creepiest things I have ever seen, especially what she says at the end.
Our energy can't be destroyed.
Now, obviously, this was 2 years ago, and this was basically promotion for her album Portals. Now, I thought this was very dark because she said, "Hello, Earthlings, it's me, Crybaby. I know you can't see me, but I'm still here." Sounds like a demon to me. Sounds like the devil. Completely dark at the concert, saying, "I know you can't see me, but I'm still here. Want to know a secret?" And then she illuminates. Y'all already know what that represents. Who's the light bearer? Y'all already know what this is representing. But when I went to the comments, once again, this clip is a 2-year-old clip. This I guess she was doing it at like all of her shows at that time. All the comments was like, "Yo, this is not demonic. It's her theme. It's mystical. This is her theme. It's mythical. It's, portals promoting her album. This is not demonic. This is just male. This is who she is." So obviously, she has some diehard fans, which she's getting 1 billion streams every year, 10 billion this month. I have to remind y'all that, so obviously she has some diehard fans, but this is literally like she's talking as a devil. Want to know a secret? There's still a piece of me trying to become an angel. Ain't well, what? Look into the light and repeat after me. If this ain't Satan, I don't know who this is. Our energy can't be destroyed. Now you can think that she's talking about your soul, but I don't think that's what she's talking about. We find the light within our void. We've been here before. We can do it again. The evolution will never end. We are protected. We are immortal. And tonight we step into the portal. Man, what kind of freaky shit is this? Even with this mask on. What kind of freaky shit? I've never heard of this artist a day in my life. I just thought I should just run this by y'all. Might be a few of y'all out there who's just like me and had no idea who this was. So let's take the time. I want to jump into these two clips, right? Remember what I had just said. Remember I made the video reacting to the Sean Ryan show about the 764 internet cult. And the 764 cult, which was mostly, ran and operated by teenagers all around the country, possibly all around the world, they got their order from, the Order of Nine Angles, which is a larger, more satanic, cult, and, online and IRL in real life as well, right? Now, this clip that I'm about to show you is basically they raided multiple places in Australia, and they arrested the leader of one of these satanic abuse rings, satanic abuse cults, right? And they used the internet. They used chats online, and they didn't specifically say that this is the Order of Nine Angles or 764, but their MO is exactly the same, and I'm quite sure they are connected to the Order of Nine Angles. It is literally a ring of pedos. It is sick. It is disgusting. And we're going to jump into one of these news clips that's going to tell you everything about it. Then I'm going to come back and read some from this article. Just brace yourself. This is crazy. And yet, I have people that come on my channel and say that all I do is expose and focus on darkness, and there's no, no light on my channel. I don't talk about this. I just talk about the dark, blah, blah, blah. I get people coming at me upset about stuff like that when people are out here in organized satanic ritual rings against the little ones, but people worry about what I choose to expose. make it make sense. That being said, y'all, check this out.
Eastern Australia on an early morning raid, breaking down a door in a Sydney suburb and arresting the alleged 26-year-old ringleader of a group accused of being engaged in some of the most depraved criminal activity imaginable.
Police will allege in court that this international group were engaging in conversations and the sharing of material which depicted child abuse and the torture of children, involving symbols and rituals linked to Satanism and the occult.
A crackdown on an alleged international satanic child sex abuse material ring. In all, police arrested 4 men in and around Sydney, seizing multiple devices.
Police will allege in court that the initial examination of those devices has discovered thousands of videos depicting the abuse of live children aged between babies and 12 years of age. Amongst these deplorable images were also a number of videos depicting the sexual abuse of animals.
The suspects have all been charged with multiple counts of accessing or possessing child abuse content. They've been denied bail and are expected to next appear in court in late January. Australian authorities call the distribution of child abuse content a borderless crime that's growing thanks to the internet. They're working with other international law enforcement to help identify and rescue children shown in the seized content.
4 Sydney men are tonight behind bars, charged with possessing and distributing what police are calling satanic child abuse material. Now, it's alleged they are connected to an international paedophile ring, using encrypted chat sites to exchange videos and discuss their sick fantasies. And a warning, this story does contain some distressing details.
They are nightmares brought into reality, realised as criminal acts and carried out to share with depraved like minds.
Thousands of videos depicting the abuse of live children aged between babies and 12 years of age.
From computers and drives belonging to 4 Sydney men after police kicked in their doors. Detectives say they'd been tracking their activity on encrypted websites and chat rooms where they accessed and discussed the abuse of children.
Symbols and rituals around it in the discussions that they were having about abusing children.
Cybercrime investigators worldwide flagged a rise in the discussion and depiction of satanic-themed acts. Here, Strikeforce Constantine was established to track links to a global network, using encrypted pages to share fantasies and recorded abuse. The reason police are so concerned by these groups and are sounding the alarm isn't just an increase in offences involving satanic symbolism, it's the threat of the observational becoming physical. These dark pursuits, like any serious drug, drive a need for a stronger fix or a bigger high, and that increases the threat of these abhorrent acts being carried out on Australian victims.
We were concerned about any children that these people may come in contact with.
So they moved on 26-year-old Landon Germanotta Mills, taking the accused ringleader off the streets. His charges include making both child abuse and bestiality material available. 3 men he's alleged to have shared it with were arrested at one apartment block in Malabar. Now detectives are racing to find the victims of what was allegedly found in their possession.
Where they are and who they are so that they can be rescued from this.
Now, I know this is a serious topic, but this little compartment in this truck, this little bitty police compartment is crazy. I just thought this was crazy, but sick story, y'all. Crazy when I was kind of, looking up something that was along the line of this topic. I came across the FBI.gov site, and they had a operation called Operation Innocent Images. And in 1993, agents working a missing child case discovered something startling. Pedos were transmitting sexually explicit images of minors via the internet. Now, this was an operation that was basically the same as what you just saw. Hundreds of simultaneous, bust at the same time across the country and I think internationally. And this was back in 93. So stuff like this happening on the internet at that time was, you know, uh, you would say a lot more surprising than right now. Now, what is actually crazy is that this is not just a regular international ring. They are a international satanic abuse ring, all the way from infants to 12-year-olds, y'all. And it's crazy that the one of the leaders that they busted, he got on that black and white duality zebra print. I just thought that was crazy. If you notice, that's almost the same as Cartoon Network. Y'all remember when Cartoon Network, well, the logo that just says Cartoon Network is black and white. And we know that represents duality. And they also used to have this little it's like the way the pattern is in the zebra print, where it kind of makes it look like gives it like that little effect. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the word for it right now. It's almost like something that puts you in a trance. Like when you looking at it too long and it kind of like you just start to like see through it. It's hard to explain, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Basically, you know, along the lines of that stuff with kids and almost like some mind control MK Ultra type of stuff. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But check this out. Just wanted to read a little bit more detail about the satanic abuse material ring. Now, they said they were sharing thousands of videos online between each other. Sexual abuse toward animals, bestiality, all kinds of satanic signs and symbols, very, ritualistic, very evil. It says 4 men have been arrested over their alleged involvement in an international satanic sex abuse material ring. The 4 men allegedly shared, and I'm pretty sure it was a lot more than 4, content with an international network depicting children from infants to 12 years old as well as animals. Now, the Operation Innocent Images back in the 1990s that the FBI ran, it was literally this same story. It was the same story. It was international. It involved the sharing of the images and the videos. And it was also linked to rituals, Satanism, and the occult. Says thousands of videos were found on electronic devices seized during several simultaneous raids on properties in Sydney, Australia last week. Among those deplorable images were also numbers of videos depicting the abuse of animals, y'all. This is just insane. This is crazy. And like I was saying before I started this, I be having people coming at me about what I'm choosing to expose. But yet, you got people doing this. You're not even seeing the picture. You worried about me. This is crazy. So apparently they had already been investigating the online distribution of little one abuse involving ritualistic or satanic themes. In November, the police in Sydney, Australia, were made aware of a group of men in Sydney who were allegedly a part of a larger international pedo syndicate, y'all. They just got some small time players. They got some people that they could have just went to go knock their door down who are a part of a larger international ring syndicate. So that lets you know the people that's really running, they just got the, they got a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? If there was a file with 100 gigabytes worth of images and videos on it, they probably got 1 gigabyte is what they just found. They were communicating with each other and also sharing explicit abuse material across that international group. Says they can't confirm the identities of the little ones, or which country the material was created in. Says they have not identified an actual little one, but the images of our real children. Thousands of images and bestiality material, y'all. They're having sex with animals. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. This is just insane, y'all. Says the abuse was particularly devastating in that they used symbols and rituals around it in the discussions that they were having about abusing the little ones. It had a very ritualistic overview. This world, continues to not surprise me. This was headlines just yesterday. I am not surprised. We just did a video talking about the Order of Nine Angles, 764, how demonic these online cults are. And this is what people are doing in their homes all day on the internet, sharing this stuff between each other. An international syndicate of pedos. Infants to 12-year-olds, y'all. They have an age range specifically. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave that with y'all. Share the video, man. Like the video. Pretty much all I got for this one, y'all. Y'all already know what's going on. We'll be back with another video tomorrow. That being said, it's Black Balloon. And I'm going to see y'all soon, all right? I'm out.